Hello, and thanks for watching this. We are going to get started talking about Unit 5. This is the next to last unit, but like I said, the Unit 6 is more of a on your own kind of unit, so I'm not too stressed about getting there. But Unit 5, we're going to be focusing on talking about activities, the things that we do every day. We'll talk a little bit about sign and days of the week and things like that. Being able to discuss when and how, when we do things, how often we do things, that kind of thing. So let's get started. All right, I'll move my video over so you can see here. All right, so here you see we have a calendar. So calendar, that is the sign for calendar. It's a one finger with a C. It starts on the back and it goes over. All right, so if I'm talking about April 20th, let's say, that's today, right? So if April 20th is today, then April 19th was yesterday. So yesterday, the sign is an A hand shape from your chin up to your cheek. So if today is April 20th, then so tomorrow would be April 21st. Again, the A hand shape, and you're just kind of flicking it off your cheek there, tomorrow. So I'm going to go through the days of the week. Monday, it's an M hand shape, and you're just moving it in a circular motion. Tuesday, the T hand shape, facing you and moving in a circular motion. Wednesday is a W hand shake in a circular motion towards you. Thursday is actually an H hand shape, pointed upwards and movement in a circular movement with your palm facing you. Friday is an F hand shape with circular movement. Saturday is an S hand shape, circular movement. And then Sunday. Okay, there's actually two signs for this. This is one that I use. This is one that I've also seen, more older generation type sign. All right. Typically, the thing with time, in any ASL statement that we make, time is always going to be the first thing that we state. So today, I went and did this, or yesterday, this happened, or Monday, whatever. So maybe if I'm talking about last Sunday, it's going to be sort of this, I don't know what to call that, but just like a bent five hand shape. And you're going to touch your shoulder, so last Sunday. Okay? And then future is the closed B or open B hand shape. And you're just kind of moving it out from your forehead, okay, in the future. So the way I might say that is, so maybe next Tuesday, what are you going to be doing? So those are the signs for that. Rewind this as much as you need to so you can review those hand shapes and movements. All right. So now we're going to talk about everyday activities that we may do. Obviously, this is not a conclusive list, just some of the things that are most common that we do. If you can see in the picture there's a couple of things, so we're going to go through those. I'm going to start each sentence with a time. So please make sure you pay attention to that and see if you can recognize when I did these things. Okay, that's the first one. I stayed home and cleaned. See if you can recognize the time in that. Stay, Y hand shape, this, stay home and clean. So, okay. The next one is cook. Okay. The next one, play a game. Okay. The next one would be watch TV. The next one, and the next two, you can actually use the go to or leave. Remember we did this one last week. We were talking about like going out, that kind of thing. So you can use that sign or go to for these. The first one's going to be go to or leave for work. Okay, and then the other one is school. Okay, so just review those. Make sure you know how to sign those activities. We've got a couple more here next. I'm going to move over, and I'm sorry I'm going to be in front of the pictures there, but I figure you can see the words better this way. All right, so all of these we're going to use the go to leave for. I'm not going to put a date, a time in front of it. I tell you what, I'll do today, tomorrow, and yesterday, just so you can keep seeing those. But I'm going to show you how to sign these. So, okay. So tomorrow I will go to the library and study. Okay. Gym and go into the gym and exercise. Okay, so yesterday. Okay. The next one is practice soccer. Okay. Church meeting. Okay. The one you can't see behind me, I'm going to move it over just for a second. ATM. Okay, so you'll see bank is a lexicalized sign, meaning that the spelling of the word has kind of transferred into its own sign. So really all you're seeing is kind of the B and the N and the K. We're not really signing the A in that, but that's how we sign bank. So, okay. 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 And then the last one, I don't remember if I did yesterday or today, but okay. So again, you can watch those as many times as you want. Think about the daily activities that you've done and try to make some sentences talking about what you did yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Or will do tomorrow, sorry. Okay. All right. So like I said earlier, typically in ASL when we are expressing something, we're going to establish the time first. So here you can see sort of a basic structure as far as how to sign something. So we state when, we state who, and we state we did what. So for example, okay, so yesterday she stayed home and watched TV. Okay, so that's just your basic. And if you're talking about yourself, me, stay home, TV, watch. Or her. So, pretty simple there. All right, moving on. Let's see if I can move myself out of the way here. All right. So, I'm going to go through a couple of these in random order and see if you can tell me which day I did what. So, try to answer to yourself the question that I'm asking. Another sign here is when. So just like the hows and the what questions or the who questions, we're going to put the when at the end. Okay. So just pay attention to the sentences and try to figure out which day I did what. Okay. Just 1 second. All right. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So one thing I want to make a comment on is when we use the when in the fashion that I just used it, I'm not necessarily asking a question. I'm using it in a rhetorical form. So just like the hows and the what. So my name what, and then you would say your name. So we're using it in a rhetorical form, meaning that we're not necessarily looking for an answer, but we're sort of highlighting that we're about to give that answer, just like a rhetorical question is used. But that's very typical in ASL. So the basic structure for saying, it's for explaining what you did on a certain day would be, for example, I stayed home and played with my dog. Or on Monday, I stayed home and played with my dog. In ASL, that same statement, not question, but same statement would be presented as, oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So moving on. All right. When I'm asking what you did on a particular day, I might use the word or use this sign, do. Well, yes, do. Like it's the sign of do plus instead of do, but do. What'd you do? So I might ask you on. So I'm stating the time, asking you what you did, and that kind of thing. So we can also use that sign as a statement. So okay, so you can use that sign either or. So take each one of these days and activities and go ahead and practice those on your own. All right. All right, I'm going to give you a couple of practice sentences in sign. I want you to practice yourself giving me some possible responses to these questions, okay? So just practice those sentences on your own, okay? All right. So now we're going to talk about agreement verbs. These are things, these are actions that we typically do. In ASL, we combine the idea of like I am giving something to someone. We can do that all in one movement. We can show the movement of that verb. So I'm going to go through and show you the signs and give you some examples of what I'm talking about. So give. The sign for give is this. It's two hand shapes, and I'm just going to kind of move it forward. If I'm going to give to you, I'm going to move out from me to you. If you give it to me, then I would move it back, and it could be two-handed or one-handed. But give to me, and maybe I'm going to tell you to give something to another person, so I would say, I would point this at you and then over to the other person. Okay, so I can show the movement of things in that manner. Same thing for show. I show you. You show me, you show her or him or so on. Throw it to you, throw it to me. You can throw it to them, whatever. Take from, and maybe you take from me. Ask to, so I'm asking you something. If you ask me, I'm going to bring it back this way. I may say you ask her or ask him, okay? And then tell to, tell you, tell me, or tell them, that kind of thing. So practice those. Keep running through those so you can make sure you get those correct. All right, finger spelling with the G's and the H. I'm just going to show you the how to sign G and H, and then I want you to, on your own, finger spell each of these words for practice. So G, this is G, and this is H. G, H. All right. All right, so now we have some daily chores that we're going to talk about. Some just generic chores that you're probably accustomed to doing in your own home. So, the first one. Okay, so the woman is dusting the shelves. Going to draw out the shelves and then dust. Okay. So again, here we're going to follow that object the object subject verb format. Floor. So all right. Then sweep. Okay, taking care of the children. Okay, the man washing the dishes. All right, behind me is a woman washing clothes. Right here behind me is the man cleaning up the yard. And then the woman throwing out the trash. I'm actually going to show the movement of someone pouring out that trash. So make sure you practice those. Keep repeating and learning those. So more chores here. Okay, that was the woman feeding the cat. Man paying the bills. The man watering the plant. All right. The woman making coffee. All right, so this is one of those we're going to pay attention to production. Make is like this, but coffee is this, okay? So make sure you pay attention to production. All right, behind me, the woman folding clothes. And putting them away. Okay. Behind me is a man taking a dog for a walk. All right. Behind me, I have a man and a woman making repairs in their house. All right, and the last one, we have a man just checking out some things in his house. Okay, so make sure you practice those. All right, a few more pieces of vocabulary terms that are important for you. You remember how we talked about possessives? We talked about his or hers, that kind of thing. If we're talking about a group of people, all. So all of yours. And you would just make a sweeping movement there. The same idea is applied to all of you, except that's not a possessive, so we're just going to do the same finger hand shape as we would for that pronoun. All of you, all of yours. Okay? Duty, or the idea of a job. That's the sign there. Enjoy. We've seen this sign before. Not mind. So I don't mind. That sign. And detest. You've seen that sign before. Okay? So those are some of those are common signs that you've seen in the past. So what I want you to do is to, hopefully you'll contact a friend of yours or something like that to go through this dialogue here. I'm going to move my head out of the way so you can actually have access to the questions. But I would love to see you practicing with a partner, going through each of these, asking who someone lives with. They would tell you who, what each person's household chores are, and name up to 3 chores for each person. And then ask if they don't mind doing their chores, and then they would give opinion. I'll give you an example of it real quick. So just watch my role shifting. I'll play both characters. Okay. All right, so that's just a brief little example of how we would go through that dialogue. So either on your own, obviously you're not going to be able to get different responses, but if you can, call up a friend or a classmate and y'all work through these together. So that's it for the beginning part of Unit 5. We'll pick up the rest of it next week. Just remember that Monday is the last day that we will be meeting in person together. So please try to be in class on Monday. Bring with you those responses that we practiced earlier in this presentation so we can discuss those and go over that. But other than that, I hope you all have a great week. Thank you.